All right, and I think we are back. We took a little bit longer to get started today because I was playing around with, well, I guess you could call it a mapping program. Essentially, I have paint.net open in another window and was trying to figure out how to display it in OBS so that y'all could see the map that I'm making. But it turns out that paint.net does not play well with OBS because of how it's rendered, I think. So y'all are just going to have to believe me when I say I am making a map as we go today, because one of the most telling things about last time was I thought that we were doing a very good job of going through the grid and hitting every square on there. And as promised, I went and dug up the manual and took a look. And as it turns out, there were many, many parts of the map where I just had not actually wandered. So we are going to record sort of every new screen we go on in terms of what's there, what are the important exits, and hopefully that's going to let us make a little bit more progress. So give me one moment to sort of get my things in order, and then we can get started. Oops. Oh, that is incredibly distracting. I will not have the stream open in the same window while trying to do anything, that's for sure. All right, sorry for that delay. I think we are ready to get going here. So, starting from a completely blank map. So there's going to be a little bit of pausing as we sort of take in each new screen. So please just bear with me on that front. And luckily Zelda has a pretty nifty pause feature where I can just press the select button. That'll give me a nice good moment to go ahead and take in everything. So it looks like we've got, I would say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, potentially 6 exits on the top. So I think what I'm actually going to do is poke up there and see which of these are actually relevant. Okay, so all of them go to the same screen, so the details are not as necessary to sort of maintain. So I am just going to do a little bit of green on the edges, and then a number of happy little bushes to represent this screen. And again, I'm noticing there is a strange arrangement of the bushes here. So I don't know whether that means that there's something special about this group on the left, on account of there being, you know, fewer of them. And we can try burning them, but again, I don't actually know any of the secrets in this game, so this might be completely fruitless, but we'll go through it. And I was reading a little bit about how the candle works in Zelda 1. Well, there we go. That was a thing. Okay, well, we're marking that right now. I did not expect that to work. That's cool. What do I want for... How do I represent this on my map? Oh, right. I can just annotate it with text. I don't have to do just... So, burn for stairs. And then we can draw an arrow to the particular bush in question. So that's cool. We found our first secret. Let's see where it leads. An old lady. Hello, old lady. You have nothing? Okay, this is old lady stairs then. Burn for stairs, old lady. That is utterly fascinating. And I'm curious, if I go away and come back, will it reset? No, it doesn't. Okay, well, there was going to be a question of how close you have to be to actually get the burning to burn. But it doesn't look like we can check this one, but definitely going to be inspired to do some burning of bushes elsewhere to whenever there's like an odd number. Ah, yes, we have this screen, which we've been to before. Tried to bomb a lot of this, as I recall, and was wildly unsuccessful in terms of actually getting anywhere. Which is to say, none of the bombing did appear to do anything. So I guess I need a sort of brownie color here. So we've got a little jig like that. And then a little jig like that. And I am going to have to find some way in the future of sharing this map, because it is glorious in all of its low fidelity glory. And unfortunately, I'm imagining this doesn't make for a very good listening only experience. Just to hear me describe the map that I'm making. Did we try burning this? I have to imagine that we did. So I don't know where bombs would go, but we can try bombing this again, just in case. Am I wasting a lot of bombs? Yes. Do I think it's worth it anyway? Probably. Which is to say, it is not worth it, but eventually, someday, perhaps, it will be worth it. Oh, that's interesting. It automatically switched over to the boomerang. That's nice. So we're going to continue to move to the right here. And all of these screens are still cleared from the last time, because this is the same session. So usually there are enemies here. It's just we have killed them on this life, so to speak, which is convenient. If it weren't for the fact that we were spending so much time paused for mapping. But I digress. Oops. So this is the first area with that water. So we'll do the brown first for the little bit of the cliffside. Exit off the top. And then that little nub to the top right. And then we need a good blue for these pristine waters of Hyrule Field. Hyrule Field? I mean, I don't know. Is it technically Hyrule Field? Is this all Hyrule Field? The overworld. That's what we should say. It's the Hyrule overworld. But let us continue. I also spent some time looking into how tough these Zoras are to actually defeat with the starting sword. And what I learned was that they take, I think, 4 hits. But the problem is every time they go underwater, they heal. So when we were repeatedly hitting the Zora with the sword beam, we were sort of doomed to never go anywhere because it was healing in between every shot. So the fact that we had been hitting it 20 times, I think we got up to, did not matter. It was still at full health. So maybe that is something that we can better handle once we get like a sword upgrade. But until then, I think we're sort of at a loss, or waiting until we get some arrows to go with our bow. I am hoping for a heart and to not die. And I'm not sure I can guarantee either of those things. And as you can see, we're leaving the screen with less health than we entered it because, you know, I'm just that good at Zelda 1. So this looks like an almost identical to the previous screen, which is just going to be 2 strips of color. Oops, that's water. Along the top and bottom, which makes the mapping part easy. And then it's just becomes a question of survival and making our way through the level. Oh, there's a heart. There's the heart undone. Really, we need to learn how to access those fairy fountains. I know we hit one previously, but I don't know. I don't remember where it was. And this time, I guess we're going to be able to mark it on the map. So the next time we wind up with, you know, dying on account of poor enemy dodging skills, we can at least return to full hearts and sword swinging, sword beaming. that's interesting. There's a little nook there. Sort of wish I could bomb this wall, but I've used up my bombs. So we will have to come back here. And I walked into run. So this is the corner of Hyrule. Because one thing that I did do when I was setting up the map was double check the actual bounds of the map. So I know it is 16 wide by 8 tall. And I don't know the exact dimensions of like these individual screens. But I think I'm working with like 100 and 150. So it's a little bit wider. And obviously my map is not going to be perfect, but at this point we're just trying to keep better track of where we are and where we're going. So if I remember correctly, this is a shop, but let's see if we live long enough to get into there. We do. So that's nice. All right, so this one has 2 little nubbins of rock on the top and bottom. I am continuing to draw a rock in blue because I have the memory of a goldfish when it comes to which color is on which mouse button. But we have an entryway here, and then we are going to annotate it with what is in this shop. So we almost have enough to buy arrows. We can buy bombs, but I'm not sure how to use them, and I know we can get them as drops, so I'm not in a hurry to buy bombs. And then a shield. So let me mark these down. So, oops. We want the text tool, and then we will put shield, bomb, arrow, shop, guy. So let's get away from the Zoras. Ooh, a lot of guys. Oh, this is one of those screens with so much going on that the game does not like. Well, game over again. Death counter, increment by 1. All right, so I did not think to actually stop and get that section of the map. So we are going to have to go back there eventually. Oh, that's nice. We are back up at full health. So pause this, and we are going to do our little mapping excursion for this little bit of Sword Cave. Or I'm sorry, above the Sword Cave, which was where we started. So we've got a strange little depression over here. And then, are these rocks or bushes? It's unclear. But we are going to note that there is 6 of them over here and only 3 on the other side. I have heard there is a secret on every map tile. I do not know if that is accurate or if I'm misremembering things. So we're just going to try pushing all of these. And then we will try burning these 3 since that's the smaller number. So that's nothing. That's nothing. And that's nothing. I do think these are maybe rocks because like these are bushes. So the fact that these are not the same makes me think they're supposed to be rocks, and especially since it sort of looks like up here. The other question is like whether or not there is some sort of 1 or 2 pixel difference between these that indicates like a cracked wall would in later games. I'm not seeing anything, but I'm also notoriously bad at like those sorts of minute differences. So there may be something here. I don't think we can ascertain it yet. So let's go to this screen. So we poked in here from below because that was where we found the mysterious lady who didn't have anything to say to us. But plenty of bushes. So we can definitely try burning these because again, we've got like a whole bunch of neat rows and then we've got some suspiciously shaped hedgerows, I guess, or hedges. So these are just straight up repeats of the bottom. And then up top we have, sort of looks like this the same. There's still the 3 rows of 2. And then, so what is the shape on this left? It's sort of, well, it's 6. And then there's an H. So do we try burning the center ones? Well, first off, we have to survive. So let's see if we can kill these Octoroks. Well, that was easy enough. Don't jinx it. I am curious. Let's see if the bush has respawned. It has not. So once you find the secret, is it just uncovered forever? Maybe we have to do a full reset before it happens. And I realize I'm not being very efficient in how I'm attempting to burn these bushes, but such is life. And once again, I'm also trying to push them just on the odd hope that maybe they will move. But so far, that's only been really true of the Armo statues. I don't know if I've ever been on that screen before. That looked new to me. All right, so it looks like these bushes are refusing to divulge their secrets. So I think we press on for the moment. Okay, so we have another screen. More Zoras, unfortunately. We are... Ah! We finally have enough for arrows. Okay, I'm going to pause this and take stock of the next sort of area. So we've got some bushes. And we've got some water. So bush, bush, bush. My bushes are getting real sloppy, guys. I mean, I'm assuming they're not important bushes on the top and the bottom, but maybe that is incorrect. And it's a sort of find the pixel thing where you've got one bush in the otherwise background that is the most important. So let's see about these 5 bushes though. As you might have noticed, I have the memory of a goldfish where I burn a bush and then immediately forget if I have burned that bush. So if you see me doing the same bush multiple times, you're not going crazy. It is me who is going crazy. And again, burned those 5 bushes, didn't appear to do anything. So we move onwards. And we are making good progress on the mapping, I would say. We are already up to what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Already have done 13 of them. And we're working on the 14th here. 1, 2, not counting all of these bushes on the bottom. They're just border bushes. This is the joy, question mark, of a blind playthrough. Sometimes you just sort of wander around and hope for the best. Okay, so this we do sort of have to be careful about how we represent the bushes on the top because it looks like there might be 2 separate paths. Oof, oh, you almost got me. And it does not look like there are 2 separate paths, so that's nice, I guess. We're just going to try burning all of these while we're here. Do a little circular. Oop. Did I dodge it? Looks like I dodged it. That was mostly unintentional, but I'll take it. All right, so immediately above the bushes is another identical grouping of 8 bushes. And I have a sneaking suspicion that this is going to be a square lake. I mean, technically this is probably Lake Hylia, right? Because that's usually in the east. So I have given up any pretense that the border bushes are anything other than a solid wall. We'll see if that ends up being true. Long in the future. Well, hello, fairy. I realize I'm already at full health and I don't need you, so maybe it's a trap to try and get you, especially with you flying over the Zora. And nothing here. So let's go see the fourth corner of this presumably square lake. It is indeed exactly that. So we are going to map that in, add it to the map. So for those of you who are not aware, which is probably most of you because I don't know if I've ever actually said this. So this is a blind playthrough. I have never played Zelda 1 before, and I am going to try and beat the game without consulting anything, which is why I'm resorting to doing my own maps instead of actually looking up where to go next or what to do. But once we do manage to beat the game, we are going to, or I am going to rather, try and 100% it. And once we start getting to that, I will definitely be looking up some of these secrets because it's the sort of thing where, you know, ain't no one got time for that. Okay, so this is a pretty complex number of possible exits again. So we will first start off by going one screen down and sort of validating that all of these paths go to the same place. Oops. Yeah, so it looks like all the paths go to the same place. And I want to actually go on the previous screen so that I can add this to the map. Oh, interestingly, it does look like the symmetry breaks in the top right corner of this screen where there is an extra gap. And I don't know if that's meaningful or if I'm just jumping at the fact that everything is a secret. Or, as you might say, it's a secret to everyone, everybody. So one thing I'm looking at is the last time we had one of these, so the center of the of this room has the series of 7 bushes. And that is the exact same pattern, because I just checked using my handy map, where we burned the bottom middle bush and it turned into stairs. So let's try that again. Oops. Come on. Good focus. Try that again. No, it's not the secret here. It is so much easier to clear these moblins out with the sword beam. Okay, so another one of these bushes, the chosen special magic bush. Not that one. So it looks like the symmetry break is intentional, and it implies that there are 2 separate exits from this room. So bear that in mind. And the same is true over there. Okay, so there's only 2 bushes in the center of the room we haven't burned. we're just going to give it a quick go. And nothing. So we're once again bush blocked, where these bushes are not special. Let's go down south so I can map this one, because it's very, very similar to the screen we were just on. And we actually have the bottom of, from this screen is the very bottom where the ocean starts. So that's a thing. Oops. And this also has the same pattern of bushes. So that's very peculiar horticulture, that it always grows in this pattern of 7, I suppose. But there's 8 pieces at the Triforce, so maybe it's not special at all. But let's kill some moblins and find out. We've got Space Invader rules where killing things makes it harder because it stops lagging. Well, that's unfortunate. I like the sword beam, but let's get to burning. Oh no. This one has unlimited spawning monsters. That's unfortunate. Especially as the game immediately starts to chug. Oops. Come on. Oh god, I hope there's nothing on the screen, because it's going to be a absolute pain to try and burn all of these. Let's keep moving. So interesting. This is the first screen that I'm aware of that we've been on, this session at least, where we've got alternate sort of paths through the room, or screen, I suppose, where if you exit from a particular way, you can only go to another particular way. Oof, and this map is absolutely not going to be to scale. But such is life. Well, at least the enemies are on the other side. Spoke too soon. But killing them, they don't respond. I wonder why certain screens that's true and other ones it's not. Okay, so we have another little mazy bit where this goes off to the left, and then we got this big ol' section in the middle, and I can at least make this line up with my map. Oops. Well, ish. And all right, we're good to go. So I think we want to go and see where this leads us, because I don't know if I've ever gone to the right side of this room. So to do that, we need to go through here and then just come back around. So right up here. Aha! All right, so that's another screen cleared of enemies. This one is already on our map. Is this the one where I thought it was respawning? No, that was this one. Yeah. Well, let's see where this leads. Ah, the stopwatch on the last enemy, so it does nothing. All right, we have a simple sort of H pattern here. So this is fairly straightforward to record. And I suspect some enemies will spawn in when we unpause. Yep, there they are. So this bush looks super suspicious, but I think we previously tried burning it and to no avail. But that doesn't mean we can't try. Would also try bombing it if one of these enemies dropped a bomb. The manual says that I think blue enemies are supposed to be more likely to drop a bomb, and then the red enemies are more likely to drop hearts. I don't know the details on that. The manual is very fascinating just in terms of what it does not tell you. There's a bunch of parts where it says, oh, well, the secret to such and such is, no, we're not going to tell you. And like the manual just takes so much pride in not telling things, which is very novel, especially sort of from a modern day sentiment. But we have this recorded, and I think we can just go through and down and to the right. Well, that worked. Oops, what is this? This is level 8? We do not want to be here. I'm almost positive. Well, we are definitely marking this on the map. And I guess it's safe to say we did not previously burn that bush. Though we do want our text to be black so we can see it on the green. Well, this is exciting. We found our second dungeon, and it is the last dungeon. I think there is like very little actual necessity to do the different pieces in order, but I think, especially for this sort of first playthrough, we ought to do it in order. And the problem is I don't think I can get over here without going down, so do I have to walk around now? Yeah, looks like it. Okay, well, we'll walk around. Thanks to our map, we know it's just this quick little jaunt. Bad level 8. All right, so we have more forest. Okay, and so the right side of this takes us back to... Oh, this is where we died last time. Because the... The shield bomb arrow shop is right through the way here. All right, so let's clear these guys out. Well, there's a bomb we were looking for. And it was a blue monster that dropped it. Oh, fairy, come here. Aha! This has been a very productive screen this time. Oh, and that was 4 bombs. Wow. So can we... We will try burning these things. I'm not sure whether or not the candle travels 3 squares or 2. So like I'm doing it from here, and I don't know if that means I should also be getting the top separately. There's a very real question of hitboxes and whether or not I have been just missing some burnable bushes by virtue of being absolutely atrocious at aiming. Just realizing now that I didn't actually finish coloring in my map of this part of the overworld. Okay, got that. So let's go by arrows, because we've never had that. Oh, that was cool. We had Link drifting down the stairs, going down the stairs while with the sideways sprite. Arrows. Oop. So can we finally equip the bow? Aha. Okay. Oh, interesting. That used a rupee. I have got to try an arrow on this stupid Zora. Aha! It kills them. Excellent. If only I could get that heart. We're going to keep looking for new explorable areas, and we are full on bombs again. I don't know if there's a way to get more than 8, but 8 seems to be the minimum, or the maximum at the moment. Aha! If you get the stopwatch when there's still enemies on the screen, it's just a good time. So I think this is another shop, because I think we've been here. It is. So this is a shield key candle shop. Oh, let me actually stop outside so I can pause and take note of this area. There's a lot of blue moblins. All right, and then we want to add in a cave. Right here. And then we can annotate it with shield key, what was it? Candle? Yeah, shield key candle. Shield, oops, come on. Shield key candle shop guy. All right, so is that just like a small key for a dungeon? Do not all the dungeons have the appropriate number of keys in this game? Not like we can buy anything at the moment. Well, this feels like an excuse to use bombs if I've ever seen one. All right, almost full health. We can switch back to the candle for the moment. Just going to try burning a little bit more of this. So we've done top right, bottom left. All right, so come on, up we go. This is another foresty area. We have the same pattern of 7. We also have a hexacomb. A hexacomb? What am I trying to say? Honeycomb. Hexagon honeycomb. A hexagon on the right here. So looks like both entrances go to the same part of the same screen. And I just need a little bit of time to properly account for the bushes on the screen. So up top we have 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. And then we have our pattern of 7. We have our other pattern of 7. And of course, none of my bushes are the same size, but that's okay. We're not trying to create high art, we're just trying to not get lost. Oops. It's interesting that rupees are used as arrows in this game. So we have already used our fire for this screen, so I have to go off to refresh it. You know what I'm just now realizing? I have not been doing any sort of tracking in terms of what screens we've tried to burn the bushes of what where. So with my luck, we'll be coming back. Oh, that's a new screen. With my luck, we'll be coming back to reburn the same bushes on the same screens that we've burned multiple times before. Is this a dead end? It looks like a dead end. All right, so none of these middle bushes appeared burnable. Let's fight. Oh, hello. So if I remember my Link to the Past, these guys are vulnerable to arrows. Oh, well, whether or not they are vulnerable to arrows, they still die to them. So we have a little clearing over here. And we have an Armos. They sort of look like giant flies in my map, which is unideal, but oh well. We do need to go down the stairway to see where it leads to before we can record where it leads to. It's the secret to everybody, Moblin. Thanks, friend. So, are you still going to be here if we come back? Oh, he moves way slower now. Is that because I didn't shoot him with an arrow? Yeah, so he's gone. One time chest. Well, let's go over here to the staircase. Uh-huh. So this is a staircase. Oops, I'm the wrong color. I need green for, you know, rocks. And then got this blue staircase leading up. To where? That is the question. Well, this looks like another dungeon. Or level, excuse me. Which is a little funny now that I'm thinking about it, because like we don't even have level 1 on our map. We just haven't been in that part of Hyrule. which is, of course, the level where we found the bow in last time. And these are all Armos too? Or just regular statues? Oh, nope, they're definitely Armos. So what makes them go fast? Is it just sometimes they're fast? Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, so the question is, can we get back there without dying or losing too many life? Thank you. So let's see if I can mentally remember how to get back. So we need to consult our map now. So where is this H? This H is, okay, so we want to go up and then we can go left. But I want to go see if the Secret to Everybody guy is back. I guess maybe not. Ow! Yeah, that was silly. All right, so let's get to whatever level this was. Starting at half health. That was a mistake. We're just going to go straight in. We're not going to worry about checking all those guys for... Okay, so this is level 2, which is good, because we were looking for that. All right. Well, let me actually annotate this on the map real quick. Because if we die, I think we need to find our way back here. Yet again. Level 2. And yeah, well, at least dungeons have a dedicated map, so we don't need to bust out another another layer or anything. Oh. Well, that didn't take very long at all. I was not expecting the snakes to move faster. Oh. Oh, that's nice. We start in here. I wonder why that didn't happen the last time. Okay, so if they look at you, they come faster. What? Doesn't seem really sporting. Oh well. Oh, that's... I don't think I've ever actually seen that map before. That's cool. Just gonna try bombing thing. Oh, there wouldn't be on the bottom, right? Because... yeah, I think we're already on the bottom of the map, so I won't try bombing there. Just let them come to you. Do a quick push against these blocks, see if there's anything special. Not seeing anything. So we got the key, so let's go through the key door. Oh, that's the compass, so that's good. Oh, and I guess we already have the map. Ranged weapons. Okay, so we have... oh, interesting. So it only shows the rooms we've been in. And so even though we can see that it's way, way up there in the top corner, it's not actually showing the room yet. Switching to the boomerang makes these snakes way easier, he said as he got ganked by snakes. Yeah, I think it's always beneficial to kill all the enemies because they might be holding a key or they might control the door. Oh, it's these guys. Wait, he just vanished? I had full health for a moment there. Are they gonna respawn? No. I do have a key, so I can go through here. That's the full map. Oh, interesting. So one of the things in the manual that mentions is the name of each of the dungeons. So level 2 is actually named Moon. And if you look at it, you can see it sort of looks like a crescent moon. So we're gonna go to the top of that moon, I guess. There's another key. Excellent. I don't like these fireball statues. Duck and weave, Link. What was the point of this? Oh, my boomerang's upgraded now. Now it's blue, right? I'm not imagining that. Okay, so that was cool. Very, very painful, but cool. Oh, interesting. Are these like... Well, I was gonna say Moldorm, but they're apparently the death of me. We keep our upgraded boomerang, which is nice. Let's see if we can't get to the boss. Though if we're going to continue this very excellent use of our health resources, maybe not. It was a lot of rupees, but unless we find a fairy, I think it might all be moot. So rather than boomerang, let's try bombs on these. That seemed to work pretty well. That key is really hard to see. But the good news is we killed him. Huzzah! Yeah, I got nothing to say on that one. That was on me. We will continue to throw links at the problem until the problem is solved. I'm trying to remember what the secret in level 1 looked like, where we got the bow, I mean, because I remember we had to push the statue to get there, and I'm wondering if that room with the... Let me dodge some snakes real quick. I'm wondering if this room with the bats and stuff is going to be our ticket to get there. I'm surprised that the Moldormy things didn't respawn. All right, so since we are in a room with bombs, the least we can do is try and bomb the walls, right? Well, I didn't expect that to work quite so well. It works in both directions. Oh, but this is just where we already were. Okay, well, yeah, we don't want to deal with those fire statues again. So good to know that bombing walls still is relevant. Or I guess not still, because like this is the first time. So this is the origin of why bombing walls is is relevant in the thing. I'm wondering if the secret room... Oh, never mind. Dodongo dislikes smoke. Okay, going to write this down. Dodongo dislikes, if I can spell, smoke. Okay, but does that mean bombs or candle? Oh goodness, I've been sitting here with a drink for over an hour and I have not even touched it. So, what if I don't go through there and I save my key? Oh, so many, so many. But that was a clutch stopwatch. Oh, and I'm just letting the rupees expire. That's no good. Those are good hearts, or arrows, I mean. So I've already been to the room to the right. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately for these guys, sword outranges boomerang. As funny as that sounds. Did you give me bombs because you can bomb the wall? Or no, because the boss needs bombs. So that makes me think it does need bombs. So let's find out. Yeah, because this is making plenty of smoke. What did you do to my bomb? It's just like the N64. Good job. And this is level 2 complete. All right. Well, I think I want to end it here. We successfully conquered another level, and yeah, thanks for watching.